Cowboys of all time. And Elliot, you have quarterback Troy Aikman at number 5.
I do, and I'm being dishonest with myself.
You are.
I am, because as much as I think Troy Aikman deserves to be number 5, and look at him, the guy took them to 3 Super Bowl wins.
Part of the triplets.
He played courageously in the '94 NFC Championship when they lost, got knocked down 20 times in that game. But Tony Dorsett, in my heart, is really the Cowboys' 5th best player of all time.
Okay, that's just for the record.
Tony Dorsett, yes.
Randy White, number 4 for you.
All right, so this is where I diverged from our demo. You know, I'm catering to the older people that are watching right now. Since I had to bump Tony Dorsett out, which I still don't feel good about, I still think he's number 5. Randy White would be my number 4. Randy White. One of the greatest players to ever play the defensive
Super Bowl MVP.
Co-Super Bowl MVP, 9 straight Pro Bowls. His first 2 years, they had him at linebacker. It was a bad fit. Leroy Jordan retired from middle linebacker. They thought that Randy White was going to fill that void. Ended up not happening. They put him in the defensive tackle, and he was outstanding.
Part of the Doomsday defense, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir. But he was even good as the team went downhill in the mid-'80s. He was still playing at an all-pro level.
All right, now let's continue the countdown of the top 5 all-time Cowboy players. And we go to number 3,
Right.
Emmitt Smith.
Right, and our producer, Kaveh, you know, he's a young guy, so he's like, all right, enough about Randy White. I don't want to watch somebody I've never heard of. Okay, so Emmitt Smith, is for all you Kavehs out there. Emmitt Smith, obviously the NFL's all-time leading rusher. I dare say Emmitt Smith might be a little bit underrated. So many people always compare him to Barry Sanders, and if he wasn't better than Barry Sanders, it's like the guy didn't even play. Emmitt Smith, big-time postseason performer, which Barry Sanders was not.
That is absolutely correct. Now, number 2, Roger Staubach.
Yeah, Roger Staubach, fantastic player. Obviously, a lot of Cowboy fans are going to disagree with me having him number 2. The only thing going
No, they would disagree with you if you had Danny White, perhaps.
Right. Well, the only problem for Roger Staubach, you know, for me, was unfortunately he lost several years to naval service. He also lost the 1972 season to injury. But other than that, Roger Staubach, one of the greatest players to ever play any position, much less Cowboys quarterback.
And obviously his mobility was a part of his game that...
He can play right now.
Right now he could do that.
Roger Staubach
Absolutely.
right. Roger Staubach, to me, is like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson combined. That's who he is.
I mean, that's saying something. Look at you trying to reach that other demographic. You're just a person for others. And number 1 is the defensive side.
To me, this is inarguable right here. Bob Lilly is the greatest Dallas Cowboy of all time. If you've never heard of Bob Lilly, go look him up. The man was phenomenal. 11 straight Pro Bowls, the best defensive tackle to ever play the position. And really the most glowing praise I ever heard about the man, besides his 29-yard sack that we're showing in Super Bowl 6, was Bill Walsh, after he retired, made his list of the top 10 best players he ever saw. And one was Joe Montana, another was Jerry Rice, another was Jim Brown, and 4th was Bob Lilly.
Wow. And that's a compliment, absolutely. So once again, we recap Elliot's top 5 Cowboys of all time. Troy Aikman,
Tony Dorsett.
Randy White, number 4. Number 3, Emmitt Smith. Roger Staubach is number 2. And the number 1, Bob Lilly. And you, sir, will be going through all 32 teams, their top 5 all-time players from every